Welcome back to the Back in Time channel. So TMZ caught up with Nene Leakes and they asked her about her thoughts on Kim and Kroy's divorce. They also asked whether or not she believes the show needs her and Kim's return. So go ahead and check out what she had to say, and then I'll come back with my thoughts.
How is Kim doing, like, overall? Like, since you guys kind of talked a little bit.
I don't know how she's doing overall. I just reached out to her because she reached out to me during the time when I was really going through something. But I would have to think that she's taking it hard. I mean, it's a divorce. It's not easy.
Yeah, of course. I know Kim's making small appearances on the show. Does the ATL need Kim and Nene back on the show? A lot of people would say you guys are part of the show. You guys are so much funniness to it.
Well, I would just say check the ratings.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, that should give you an answer.
I mean, would you be down to come back?
I would come back for the fans.
Okay.
Because the fans are the ones that love me. They're the ones that love to see me in that position. And I would do anything for them.
Of course. I mean, and the fans were actually kind of upset that you were edited out of the trailer, the flashback. I mean, people were pretty heated.
Yeah. I thought that was funny, and I thought that was kind of crazy to do. But I also think that people sometimes use reverse psychology.
Okay.
And so maybe they were thinking if we edit her out, maybe they'll make more people tune in the next week. So that's how I try to think of it. Maybe they were like, okay, we're going to edit her out, and then people tune in next week to watch. I mean, I don't know. But I think it was a bad move to do.
Do you think it was production being shady?
I don't even think it was production, because production only do what the orders are that they get from the top. So somebody from the top ordered that to be done, and they did what they were told to do.
Okay, so you just took a listen and heard what Nene had to say on both Kim's divorce and whether or not she would return to the show, or if the show needed her and Kim. And my thoughts are this: it's obvious, or it's evident, that Nene is back and forth with regret. I feel like she regrets how things went down between her and the network and Andy, because every time she has an interview, granted, they bring it up. They're going to continue to bring up things housewives, because that's what she's famously known for. But every time they ask her about the show, about the ratings, or XYZ, it's almost as like her answers come off kind of bitter, or come off kind of haterish. Like, the show will never survive without me. The show will always flop without me because I'm Nene Leakes. Now, granted, Nene has what you call impact. She has impacted the franchise in a major way, and she pretty much practically put Bravo on the map. I mean, she's a legend at this point in the reality TV space. She has created so many iconic catchphrases, one-liners, and confessionals, everything, you name it. So we're going to give Nene her credit. However, I still believe like Nene comes off like she's bitter and she's still angry how things went. To be quite frank with you, I really don't believe that she wanted to really cut ties with the network. I honestly feel like she was bluffing. When she went on and initially announced to the public that she was no longer going to be with the franchise, I think she was trying to bluff the network and have them in a position where, okay, this is Nene Leakes, this is the star, what's going to happen, it's going to affect our ratings, it's going to affect the network's income, we can't have that, so we're going to just give her what she needs by all means, so she'll stick around, so that everything is all gravy and everything's all good. However, I think she underestimated where she stood with them in her position. You got to think about it. Nene's last few seasons that she was doing with the franchise, she was very problematic, not just with the cast, but the camera and crew, with production, executive producers. They were having issues out of her, and it was obvious that she was not cooperating with everyone. She was getting up and leaving at the reunions. She was halfway participating. Maybe it was a lot going on with her outside of filming, and I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. However, it didn't translate well to the public, because these same people that's, you know, requesting that Nene come back to the show are some of the same people that were saying that her head was too big and she needed to be humble. So now that she's no longer on the show and her hard head has made her soft, you know what, it's all of a sudden this high demand for her. She said that she would return for the fans. What fans? Would you return for the fans of RHOA, or would you return for your fans? Or would you really return for the money? Let's be honest. The kind of check that she was making with Bravo, she's not making it anywhere else. She already stated, you know, that when she was going through a lawsuit before it, that they was holding her back. They was keeping her from working. So she was missing out on jobs. So it's obvious that she wasn't making that kind of money. And let's not act like things have not, you know, took a turn for the worse since she left the show. Things were already going downhill when she unfortunately, you know, had to deal with the whole issue of, you know, Greg being sick or whatever, and then his untimely passing, and then not long after she had to deal with the health scare of her son Brett. She also had issues with her stores. I believe it was called Swag Boutiques, if I'm not mistaken, and recently she just closed her Nene lounge, her lounge. So it's not like Nene just has this whole bunch of money pouring in. So if I was in her shoes and I was used to making a certain amount of money that I'm no longer making, and I'm trying to keep up with a certain lifestyle, then yeah, of course I'll be open to it. However, I will also be mindful of the backlash that will come with it, because you got to remember, she sued the network. You sued Andy and NBC and True Entertainment. You sued these people, and then not only that, you accused the network of being racist. You also called out Andy Cohen and accused him of allegedly being a sugar booger head. Not to mention you naming Kim Zolciak in your lawsuit when it came down to instances where quote unquote racial things happened, and the network just kind of brushed over it or overlooked it, or nothing got done about it. Now granted, let me just state this, that I'm not saying that she did not experience racism or any type of discrimination with the network. However, you gotta admit, if the person that you have named in a lawsuit, you are alleging that they said or done racist things to you and nothing happened, and basically the network was in their favor, why would you continue to be friends with them? Let alone, why would you go back to a job or want to participate in any kind of show that you felt like you was getting this kind of treatment? If things were that bad and so horrible, why would you go back? Now, one would say that you go to your job every day and there's racist people there and you experience all kinds of discrimination, where the difference is that Nene has the means to go elsewhere. And she doesn't have to stay there. She's not, you know, dependent upon this check to check like the regular average everyday person is. However, I will say there are instances where there has been lawsuits and people have sued their employer and they have still worked at the job. I don't know all the in and out of the legal details, but I do know that you still can, you know, be employed with a job if you go through a lawsuit with them. As far as the ratings, her ratings comment, talking about the ratings, looking at them, the ratings are no different than when she was on the show, because the last few seasons that she was on the show, the ratings was dwindling as well. Still, at the end of the day, you're not going to get the same earlier season ratings as you get now. You're just not going to get the two. You had Candy, you had Kenya say over and over that the ratings are fine. Most people are watching it on streams. It's just a different time. I don't even watch TV. A lot of times I'm watching stuff off stream or just somewhere else. You know, a lot of people don't have time. A lot of people use DVR. They record things because they are either at work, they're going to miss it, they got events, they got birthdays, celebrations. People's lives don't revolve around the scheduling of reality TV. Well, some may do, but the majority don't. It's a real world out here and people are living it. But those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about what Nene had to say. She believes that the ratings need to be checked, or how do you feel about her saying that she would return to the show for the quote-unquote fans? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe here with us at Back in Time. But until next time.
Don't you feel tough? Yeah. Don't you feel strong? Yeah. Don't you feel like going home? Sure. Yeah. Then get the hell out of my apartment.